I know my hair looks ridiculous. Coronavirus. I'm hoping, knock on wood, I'll get it cut by the end of the month anyway. I do. I try to vlog about real life stuff a few times a year, and I guess we're getting into the last few months of the year, so I guess I should get on that a little bit. So real life stuff. So, um, I guess sometimes people ask me about health stuff, whatever. So I'll talk about some health stuff, specifically cluster headaches, all that kind of stuff. What do I do for them? And I'll try to make it maybe a little bit more interesting psychologically, just to talk about health in general. Because people are like, how do you force yourself to work out? What do you do? You know what I mean? When you have so much health shit going on. So first of all, for cluster headaches, I can say that I've never used oxygen because I've never been able to get it approved. You know what I mean? I guess that's more of like a European kind of thing that they prescribe oxygen. So I've never tried that. And I've never tried an SPG block, where I guess they kind of like, they stick a needle in your nose or some bullshit and they kind of, I've never done that basically. So I've never done anything like that. And I did hear recently that, which I thought was interesting, that some people with like lower testosterone, which I've had low testosterone problems. I know some people think that's crazy, like you have too much muscle to have like low testosterone, whatever. But I guess apparently some people have actually who have fixed their hormonal problems, become more normalized. It's actually fixed their like chronic migraines and cluster headaches, I guess. So I've never tried anything like that, but I have tried a lot of other medicine. And you know what the too long didn't read kind of thing is? And this is kind of like the tough love, right? I think you got to remember that when you're sick, again, this is like the power of the dark side, dude, I guess, right? You got to remember that no one really cares about you, okay, when you're sick, right? And that's a harsh realization that I wish it didn't. Well, first of all, I wish I didn't get sick, period, right? But it took me a long time to realize that my doctors didn't care about me and all this kind of stuff. And I didn't realize that until 2008, once I had C. diff, and doctors were telling me I could die in the hospital. I was like, wow, dude, I've wasted my whole time thinking that doctors could save me, praying to God to save me, and now, hey, here's a will, you might die, right? And I stopped taking headache medicine and all that stuff after that. So I guess I should go into, and I just kind of realized that the only person that can save me is you, and you got to force yourself to be the best person you can be all the time. So I know I'm kind of rambling. I'm trying to think about how to come at this. So, like, cluster headache wise, what happened to me is I had been sick before 2003, but 2003 is when I knew that something was wrong for me for sure. And that's when I first went on disability, right? Because I was getting really bad headaches. And I've showed some videos, and the things is, even the videos that I've showed on YouTube of me, with like a cluster headache, those aren't even actually that bad of a one because I was able to start recording it or get someone to record me, right? Like, I mean, there's times literally, like I said, I mean, the fact that I was able to get someone to record me, even though that looks bad, that is actually not a really bad one, which is crazy, right? And I guess it's, some people say it's the most painful condition known to man, right? Do you know what I mean? I don't know about that. Some people, I guess it's supposedly more painful than childbirth as well. You know what I mean? But I've never had a kid, thankfully. You know what I mean? So I can't say, it's like you're gonna die, dude. Like you could, I've described it as like if anyone wanted to kill you, they would kill you because you can't defend yourself. It's so bad. So I know that. So 2003 is when I knew something was wrong for me, sure, for sure, because I was just getting so many, right? Like, and you would just be, you could be even having fun at one point, right? It's like, oh, I'm just doing fun. Like, boom, something hits you, right? So personally, I always get it like, in always, I would say like 90% of the time, I always get it in like my left eye, right? And it's like, boom, dude, someone could just kill you. It gets so bad, and I get the droopy eyelid and all that kind of stuff. And I don't even like showing the pictures too much on the internet because I feel like, with all my haters on the internet, someone would want to like make a meme out of it and make something up, right? But yeah, that first year, cluster headache wise, man, I had about three, man. So I was getting about 3, 4 a week. and I probably had it about 3, 4 months straight, really bad. Maybe about 6 months of a lot of them, but maybe 3, 4 months really bad. Left side of your face starts to droop, eyelid, all that kind of stuff. And I used to throw up a lot from them too. Like I don't really throw up that much anymore, but I do get nausea. But throwing up wise, I don't get throw up shit too much anymore. But man, dude, I've had like projectile vomit. I've actually shit myself before during one of them. During one of them, probably a few of them actually. Like really, oh man, you're just fucking dead, dude. And it can actually take like hours to recover. Like, you know what I mean? Like you even after, like, it's crazy, like, to go from the point that you could literally, someone could like kill you, you were so messed up, and then you'll start to slowly come out of it. And it can take me sometimes, like, could take me a few hours where I'm still kind of like walking fucked up, like it's just fucked me up so badly. But then you get better, and I guess from that perspective, it's interesting in that, say, let's say 3 hours ago, you literally could have killed me for like the entire day almost, right? I was just so, you get so sick. You literally, you could kill me at any moment. I would not be able to defend myself, right? And then, you slowly start to recover. Sometimes, it might take me a few hours before I can even like walk straight again. But from that perspective, it's pretty crazy to think that, like, again, that's like how crazy I try to like make it sound, that like you could literally kill somebody. They cannot even remotely defend themselves, like when this is going on. Like, I'm just so completely messed up. And then from that perspective to think like, wow, now I'm alive again. It's really fucking crazy, right? Like I can tell you during really bad periods, I've had times, just to show you how extreme it is, that you're like, this was happening specifically that year of that, because I guess before I had that die and stuff, but I remember specifically that year before Pokemon Go. I've talked about it before. I was having that 4 months where I was collapsing on and off, and people were helping me. I could barely move, and I was also getting a lot of cluster headaches during that time as well, dude. And so it's not only like you're that sick that someone could kill you. You probably have never had this thought unless you've been very sick, like me, I guess. Literally, like, you're laying down thinking you're gonna die, whatever, and you'll calm down for a little bit, and maybe it's gonna happen again, but you'll have periods of like, dude, I don't even know, this is going on so much, let alone try to ever, I guess, let's say we're gonna go out, try to get a girlfriend, fuck whatever we're doing, right? I don't even know if I'd ever even be able to like jack off again, dude. Like, those are the kind of thoughts that like go in your head when you're that sick, dude. You know what I mean? Like, you probably have never thought like that, but it's like, I don't know if I'll ever be able to jack off again. I actually, that 4 months that was going on, I'm sure I did, but I might not have even masturbated once, right? I don't even know. That's like just how completely fucked up I was. So, that's the thing too. People talk about cluster headaches coming in periods. So, on that perspective, so that first year, when I knew something was wrong with me for sure, so I had been sick before that in terms of, lots of stuff, I guess. But that's when I knew I was wrong for sure, because it was just happening so much. And like I said, I was getting like 3, 4 a week, really bad. Could have killed me 3, 4 times a week. That might have lasted like 3, 4 months, but I probably had about 6 months really of just really bad stuff. And then it was kind of coming and going. I actually don't, like, I know they say cluster headaches come in periods, and I don't necessarily thinking about coming in periods, but I guess if I were to look at my life, I guess I could say, like, yeah, maybe it kind of does come in periods if you think about it like that, right? I guess it kind of does, but so that first year, 3, 4 months really bad, maybe 6 months total of it going on. Started to calm down. It was becoming just kind of random. Then, maybe it was about 2005 or something like that, I started waking up, and my face was falling asleep. And kind of like your arm falls asleep, but I was just thinking like, oh, my face is falling asleep, right? And it kept going on and on. And I remember even telling the doctors I could not roll down the window of my car when I was driving, because the wind touching my face was like sending like a fucking electrical shock down my face and my body. And so I couldn't like drive with the window down anymore. Sounds fucking stupid, and it is fucking stupid, but it's true, I guess. So sometimes life is fucking stupid, right? And then eventually it just got to, I had a permanent, which I can still feel in my face right now. I have like this permanent kind of like headache in my face, right? Ever since then, right? And so maybe that was around 2005 or something like that. And so since then, I have had a headache every single day of my life since about 2005. Like I can feel it right now. And it just depends on how bad it gets, right? So headache every single day of my life since like 2005. And then it just depends on how bad it gets. Like sometimes you can get like, I would call it like a migraine level, which is, much more common, right? Just migraine kind of stuff, which I'm not trying to trivialize that or something, but just like you're fucked up, right? Just incapacitated, laying down, whatever you're doing. And so it gets like different levels. There's like headache. So the headache every day for the rest of my life that I've had. Then you get maybe like a migraine level where the day's over. And then you get like periods of just maybe months, however it might be, of just randomly, you could kill me. There's nothing you can fucking do. Boom, you could kill me, right? Like right now, I've been getting cluster headaches for about a month and a half right now, dude, right? Sucks, right? Like multiple times, you just boom, boom, kill me. Kill me throughout the day, whatever it might be happening, right? Which sucks. Obviously, right? And like I said, there are definitely periods where I recall, and I guess if I do think about it, I suppose even thinking about that first year, because I went on disability officially in 2003 in September. And certainly, as the story goes, and I've talked about it in tournaments, I was getting randomly sick while I was trying to go to tournaments, right? And that's when I knew I was sick. And so, yeah, it was around the end of summer, middle of summer, towards the winter, and it was just all those months. And right now, again, I've been sick since maybe the third week of July. You know what I mean? It's about the second week of, so maybe a little over a month and a half now. You know what I mean? And definitely, I guess I do seem to get more periods when kind of like going into the end of a season, transitioning into a next. You know, so I guess do they come in periods maybe a little bit worse than others? I guess if I think about the worst times in my life, I suppose technically I also did have that time when I was in the hospital. Doctors were telling me I could die. That was technically in the summer as well. You know what I mean? So do they come in periods? I suppose I definitely have had worse periods, so maybe they do for me. You know what I mean? But I'm always fucking sick, dude. So it's hard to say. And talking about, realizing that no one else cares about you. I say this. I've tried a lot of different medicines for all this stuff, and eventually it got to the point after 2008 when I had that dying stuff. You know what I mean? And I realized, you know what? And again, after that, it took me a year before I could even work out again. I've told that whole story in other vlogs. I kind of just realized I stopped taking all the headache medicine, all this kind of stuff, because I realized that so much medicine, and again, I know not lots of people have as many fucking health problems as I do, but I realized that so much of this medicine is, I feel like, not worth it if you're actually trying to do stuff when you're sick, which, knock on wood, I guess I'm not really fucking doing anything, right? Do you know what I mean? But, I just realized I'm taking all this medicine and I'm like, when I'm getting all these bad headaches and I'm trying to pray that anything does anything, which nothing ever really did anything, right? But I realized if none of this medicine is ever really doing anything and I still have to devote the day to being in bed anyway, what's the point of putting medicine in my body, right? Like, let's use weed as an example, right? I used to be a stoner when I was a kid, right? And it was fun, right? I mean, you get a little bit tired, you laugh, you're stupid, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But as I got sicker, and I still have a weed card, but I don't really do it anymore because I realize it's not productive to me, right? Like, I only have so much energy in the day period to do something. And I need to use what little energy I have to do something. If I have a little bit of energy, I want to try to work out. People are like, how do you have so much muscle if you barely even work out? It's, dude, when I couldn't walk, I was doing push-ups. That's why, because I told myself I didn't want to die a sick person, which I still will die a sick person, obviously, from the way things are going, right? But I didn't want to be working on my bed sores, one of those people that, I've told stories of meeting other sick people, and so many of them are just in a competition to see who can be the most sick, and it's stupid, it's sad, right? But I just realized stuff like weed is just kind of like, what am I taking this for? I might feel a little bit more relaxed, you know what I mean? Maybe it might do a little bit of something, but you know what? If there's a chance it's going to make me any more tired than I am now, dude, I have no fucking energy as it is now, dude. I need to use a little bit of energy I have to be the best Clayton Chapman I can be while I have that little bit of energy, right? You know what I mean? That's why. So I was like, even this headache medicine, anything, it's like, oh, is it going to take even away like an ounce of the pain? But what if that ounce of pain makes me considerably more tired, right? And it's like, you know what? It's kind of like the day's already over if this is going on. It's going to take me a while to recover once this ends. And if it's going to take me even a half hour extra, an hour extra to recover for maybe a 5% chance of it taking away a smidge of pain, it's not worth it, because I need that fucking half hour in a day. I only have so many little bit of a day I can even do shit, period. Right? So again, I've never tried oxygen or anything. I guess a doctor was telling me they've actually seen people taking oxygen and literally their face starts to go up immediately. All that kind of stuff. It sounds interesting. I've never tried it because it's not something that's regularly covered in America. I've never tried this SPG shot. Hearing about this testosterone stuff for cluster headaches was interesting, because I'm always trying to push myself over the edge to eventually do the TRT stuff, but I just don't like the idea of being on something the rest of my life. Do you know what I mean? It's not very horny about that. But my perspective is, I know it's probably not good. You just, I don't know if you get what I'm getting at. I'm just trying to get, you know what, dude? If the day's over, the day's over, and I feel like you have to accept it. For me, I know that's not very positive, right? Because it's like, again, you could fucking kill yourself or something, or someone could kill you. But it's like, you know what? If taking this medicine is going to take away, I guess if you get as many as me, right? If you're getting it as many as me, sick my entire life now, right, dude? I need that. If there's a chance that I'm going to lose a half hour in the day, it's going to take me a half hour longer to recover. You know what? Basically, the day's already over anyway. I've given up, you know what I mean? So I need that half hour. I'll take that extra half hour because I know that I'm going to live, even though it feels like you're going to die. I know that I'm going to live, and I need that half hour to try to do something, right? It's not very fucking positive, right? Who knows? Maybe I'll try this stuff someday, or the oxygen, or this SPG shot someday, or do the testosterone. I'll tell people if it changes, but that's another thing too. I do think that my advice is, I know this isn't very good. I feel like sometimes if you feel like you're having a day and it's going to be bad, I do feel like if you are going to commit to trying to, and I've actually seen this too, that they say not to take naps because naps can make stuff worse, which I guess maybe I do agree with that, because I do feel like when I'm having a bad period, I actually, even though you want to take a nap, I will try not to take a nap, because if I feel like if I fuck up my sleep schedule, I feel like that makes it worse, actually. Like, I feel like if you're going to take a nap, it has to not be a nap. It has to be, commit yourself to not leaving the bed for the entire day and just try to sleep for the entire day. Because if you wake up and then try to force yourself to do something, I feel like it's worse, personally, for me. So that's why a lot of times when I'm feeling shitty, well, you can't see it, but a lot of times I'm just laying down most of the day trying to like force myself to read, which of course it's hard to read, but forcing yourself to do nothing rather than forcing yourself to take a nap is better. It's hard to explain, right? Because again, if you take a nap, don't think of it as a nap. Think of it as just give up on the day. Just give up on the day. Don't take a nap, because I feel like it fucks you up worse, actually. Just give up on the day. Just do nothing and accept the laziness, I guess. It sounds fucking stupid, but that's how I kind of feel like I said, I don't personally throw up as much from it as anymore. It's pretty rare for me to throw up. I do get nausea though sometimes. I mean, like I said, the only thing I've never really found anything that does anything. The only thing that really does anything is, which is not a positive thing to say, but I lost my life. And of course I have a lot of other health problems too. But you just gave up. This is my life. I can't do the shit I used to be able to do anymore. Right? I had to stop doing stuff. And that's a shitty thing, but that's why I always say, like, you got to realize that, dude, if you're sick, I know it's not good. You got to realize that you're just screwed. Your life is fucked up. It sucks. You got to realize that no one cares about you actually when you're sick. Don't worry about these doctors pretending that they care about you. 99% of my time, doctors I've never felt have given actual fucking damn about me. You just got to realize that be the best version of yourself you can be, dude. Don't. Sometimes when you're talking to someone, it's almost like you're talking to yourself, right? Which I think is kind of true, but it's like, that's why someone's like, you know what, dude, this is my fucking life. It sucks that I lost my entire life, but when I have energy, I need to make the most of it, right? I don't fucking want to rely on doctors, other people, because I know these people don't give a fuck about me, dude, right? And I think that's something that if you get as sick as me, which hopefully most people will probably not get as sick as me, obviously, right? If you get as sick as me, you need to realize that, dude, it sucks, but that's your life, and you need to make the most of it as you can, and to not hold out on hope that some magic cure is going to save you, because that's one of the things I regret is I wasted 5 years of my life thinking that my doctors were going to help me, only to then be in the hospital. Doctors telling me I could die, right? And then it took me a year before I could even work out again, period. I just wasted away so much waiting, taking all these different kinds of medicine, hoping that something would help me. And of course I don't look like I did then because I forced myself to do as much as I can. But you know what I mean? Don't waste your life thinking that someone's going to fucking save you, dude, because I wasted 5 years of my life thinking that someone was going to save me. And I should not have done that. I should have been trying to force myself to do as much as I can, not just relying on all these medicines that just make you worse, or you know what I mean? I regret doing that, you know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, the end for now. I know I need to make more vlogs or some bullshit like that, but I'll try to do some more. I gotta do a few vlogs before the year ends, right? You know what I mean? Keep my channel active, wise, that kind of shit. The end.